Comedian FunnyMaine getting ready for another great week of college football. There's some teams in the top 15 that are definitely going to get challenged this week. And you also got some teams trying to bounce back from last week, trying to show you that they're still in the playoff picture and the picture to win their conference. I can't wait to see it all unfold. You guys got a lot of questions. I got a lot of answers. Comedian FunnyMaine, I'm a fan, not an analyst. FANalyst, week number 8 is on right now. Turn it up. Will Missouri be the SEC East champs? I'm going to say no. They're having a great season, but I think that loss to LSU at home in Missouri proved to me that they just don't have the talent yet to keep up with the big three, LSU, Alabama, and Georgia of the SEC. So I think Georgia will probably find a way to become the SEC East champs. What's my opinion on why Colorado has fallen off? To me, they haven't. They still have some of the highest rated, most watched games of the season. It's only Coach Sanders' first year. He's still got a lot of talent on that team, and you know he's going to recruit. So I think it's going to get better for them. But if you personally don't like the man, just say that. It's time to stop making these idiotic statements. Does Hugh Freeze, the coach of Auburn, go back to Oxford and get a win against Ole Miss, the team that he used to coach? I don't think so. I think the emotion of him coming back is one thing, but the talent on the field is another thing. Auburn just hasn't been able to put it together after that good showing against Georgia. So Ole Miss is they're trending in the right direction, and they're at home. So I think Ole Miss will get the dub tomorrow. Do the Trojans of USC get handed their second loss this weekend by Utah? It's a strong possibility. Now, Utah is dealing with some injuries at some key positions, but USC just hasn't been able to fix that defense. We know they can score at will, but if Utah can stop them, maybe hold them to under 24, USC could definitely get that second loss. How much of a threat is Washington State to Oregon? If he'd asked me this question around week 3 or 4, I probably would have said a big threat, but the way they've looked the past 2 games, I don't think much of a threat. I think Oregon is locked in and trying to win that Pac-12. Who's my Heisman frontrunner right now? I'm not sure, but it feels like they're going to come out of the Pac-12, whether it's a repeat from Caleb Williams. You got Penix at Washington. Bo Nix is still lighted up at Oregon. Over on the East Coast, maybe you could put Jaden Daniels in the mix, but his record may hinder him. But we'll see. It's going to be a close race, but I think the winner's coming from the West Coast. Which top 10 team do I believe is on upset alert? Listen, Texas better be careful going to Houston. Houston, they're 3-3. They got nothing to lose, but you know the state of Texas, man, they got a lot of pride when it comes to football. And Houston, I know they would love nothing better than to knock off the Longhorns. So Texas, be careful. Here y'all go again. Can they? Yes, Duke can beat Florida State, but will they beat Florida State is the question. That's going to be a tall order. Florida State with that defense and those weapons at wide receiver and a good quarterback. Duke, this is your last chance to prove you can, play with the big boys. You got past Clemson, but you lost to Notre Dame. This is your opportunity to show the world that you've arrived. Duke, what you gonna do? What does Alabama need to do on both sides of the ball to beat Tennessee? On offense, they need to limit penalties, they need to get some big plays, and they need to establish the run. On defense, they need to be physical, they need to be fast, and they need to limit Tennessee's big plays. If they can't do those things consistently for 4 quarters, it's going to be a long day in Bryant-Denny Stadium. And the number one question everybody's been asking, who's going to win, Ohio State or Penn State? Listen, my mind is saying Ohio State, but my heart is saying Ohio State. I just personally don't have any faith in Penn State to pull this off. I think they're going to play hard. I think they're going to, make it a close game. But I think in the end, Ohio State just has a little too much. Will I have to eat these words? We'll see. But I'm picking Ohio State in this one. If you're sitting there watching and thinking, man, I'd love to get my question in, I want you to do that. All you got to do is follow me on Instagram at FunnyMaine. You can ask the questions directly to my inbox every week. We do this on Friday. I promise, I would love to hear what you're thinking. All right? Comedian FunnyMaine, love talking some football. I'm a fan, not an analyst. FANalyst, let's do it again next week.